Well, there's a number of traits. I think that obviously communication is going to be the first one. Their ability to communicate to the athletes, their thoughts, their intent. I think that is one attribute that I think any great leader has, is their ability to communicate effectively. But I also think there's a trust, their ability to create a trust, not only between the coach and the athlete, but between the athletes as well. So if you're able to create an environment where there's great trust, I think you're also going to have an environment where there's a great team, and great coaches, great leaders are able to create that team environment. So those are two of the ones that I think are important. Loyalty is another one, being loyal to the athletes and being committed to them, and I guess taking the time to understand what their needs are as well. Viewing them as not just athletes, but people. I think that makes a huge difference in how those athletes would interpret that coach or that leader. I think there's an opportunity to create a really good bond once you've really taken the time to find out more about that individual, more about that person, what it is that makes them tick. I think by getting to know the athlete, that is what makes a great leader. Certainly I know that some of the coaches I know that have been able to do that are the ones that have fostered that real teamwork, real team effort. But one of the things I've also noticed is that those coaches are, because of those skills that they've been able to develop, those leadership or high quality coaching skills, and that loyalty and that commitment and that real ability to bond with the athletes. I think what you find down the road is that those athletes soon are able to become coaches themselves, great coaches. They want to emulate that individual. They want to become like them, and by observing their traits, their qualities, they can see, they understand what that coach has done for them, and they want to give it back to the community. They want to take that next step and really support the young athletes coming up, either as coaches or leaders in other aspects of life. So those are some of the things I've noticed.
For me, I realized in my career that I needed to understand what the processes were, and I needed to be involved in getting those processes to be effective and work for me and for my teammates. So there was the first opportunity, I think, came up for me to maybe become an athlete representative to the board for the national team. So it not only represented our specific needs to the board in terms of funding, selection, this and that, but coach selection and that sort of thing, so that our needs were represented. So slowly, my leadership roles, the opportunities presented themselves, and the need manifested itself through various different things. So suddenly realizing you're not selected for a team and wondering, because hey, I think I am ranked #1 in Canada. What's happening here? Am I missing something? So, the manifestations would come, and then the opportunities would come to get on a board or join something and be involved with a group that could help me fill that void and fill that space.
One thing I learned from a high school teacher of mine, Bob Alberston, he always reminded me, never get a second chance to make a first impression, and make sure you put your foot in every door that's open. So those are kind of the two lines I would leave with everybody. Like, take advantage of those opportunities, and if you have great mentors, take advantage of what they have to offer you. I mean, that's really how I think I developed a lot of skill sets, is looking at how people did things, how people did things differently, and then took all those in, absorbed them, and created what would be my own style. But really, I think you have to take opportunities in those moments where you have people that are ready to mentor you, that are ready to offer that up to you, and hopefully someday you get into that role and you're able to give that back. And it's really like a coach giving back to an athlete. That's really what it is. So at some point as an athlete, you may become a coach, an official, or volunteer administrator. You'll have that opportunity to help a young athlete develop those skills. So it is this wonderful circle that we live in sport, which provides that opportunity.